This week on the world's favourite sports show,
we take a dip that lasts for hours in Ireland.
The Fermanagh lakelands in Northern Ireland are a beautiful sight to behold. There are many ways to enjoy the setting: walking, sailing, fishing. But this group of people have chosen a more unusual way.
It's windy today, so it's looking about 4.5 hours, 5 hours. You're the best. You're the best.
I'm a bit nervous, but I feel okay, I must admit. Yeah. I hope to do a good time.
On 3, 1, 2.
They're hoping to complete the Irish Long Distance Swimming Association's annual international championship. The course through Lough Erne takes them from the villages of Carrybridge to Enniskillen in County Fermanagh. It's a tough, winding course. The water's around 16 degrees centigrade, and the finish line is some 17 kilometres, just over 10.5 miles away. Competitive long-distance swimming in Northern Ireland began in 1966, when the association was formed. Swimmers have long been taken to the waters around the United Kingdom, though, as early as the 14th century, according to records. The channel between England and France is, to the long-distance swimmer, what Everest is to the climber. Captain Matthew Webb was the first person to conquer the channel in 1875. It took him almost 22 hours. The first woman was American Gertrude Ederle in 1926. It was her second attempt at the swim, and she set a then world record time of 14 hours and 31 minutes. It was a record that stayed unbeaten for 35 years. There have been more people in space than have successfully swum the channel. Just under half of the 15 swimmers in this 10th edition of the Irish Championship have done it.
Most of them are channel swimmers, English Channel, and much longer distances as well, so they're all of very high calibre. We've been slowly trying to build up the championship in the past 10 years to attract more swimmers from Europe and America and further afield.
Taking an early lead in the race is American Harry Meeker. The 18-year-old from Michigan is hoping to be the first American to make a solo crossing of the North Channel, the perilous swim between Scotland and Northern Ireland, which has so far only been accomplished by 7 people. Long-distance swimming is a lonely sport that requires mental as well as physical stamina. In events like this, it's not only necessary to train hard, the swimmer also has to gain extra weight in order to provide protection from the cold. 3 hours and 46 minutes is the record time for this course. This man is just over halfway, almost 3 hours gone.
Feeling good. A bit tired, but that's to be expected anyway, you know.
Any sort of really tough points for you so
No,
far?
I haven't reached the wall yet. There might be no wall this time anyway, fingers crossed.
The leading lady at this stage is Dubliner Clodagh Nolan. She was the first woman to finish in last year's championship in a time of 4 hours 42 minutes. On a mission to beat her last time, so far Clodagh's on course. The man on Harry's tail is reigning men's champion Conor Gunn. This is his 9th appearance in the race, and he's won the title 7 times. Conor has also conquered the channel and was a member of a successful North Channel relay team. He knows only too well the loneliness of the long-distance swimmer.
When you're swimming, you're in a kind of cocoon world of your own. Everything sounds magnified when you just came up in the boat sounds really loud. Every kind of twinge you feel in your muscle feels really, really painful. So you're just hyper aware of everything that's kind of going on in the water.
As you said, Harry bombed off.
Yeah.
500 yards down there.
That's fine. He's closer than I thought he was going to be. Alright. Again, about half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yeah, give me a 5-minute warning as well.
Right.
Put a bit of sprint on.
Because the swimmer's absorbed in his watery world, the role of the paddler is vital. Each swimmer is assigned their own boat or canoe at the start of the race. It's the paddler's job to keep them on course and make sure they're receiving regular supplies of food and water.
The idea is to give the swimmer the shortest possible distance. In other words, you're cutting corners rather than being blown off course. And to try to keep about 5 metres away so that he, without having to look forward to see where he's going, as he looks to the right, he can see my canoe and he knows that I'm taking the shortest possible route. We left it just after 10 o'clock this morning and it's now just approaching 1:30. As I say, we're about 7.5 miles into the swim with another 3 to go.
It's Harry who's first home in a time of 4 hours and 4 minutes.
Yeah, that last mile, I think it was longer than a mile, you know. I was like, yeah, I'll try to sprint it in, and that didn't work very well. Oh,
Gunn is 26 minutes behind, pained but pleased to finish.
Very sore, very, very sore. But it was better swimming than last year, so I'm really pleased.
Come on! Really there!
Third overall, Clodagh makes her mark again.
I had to think myself into the race, there's no doubt. And if I knew the bends and knew the corners, so I knew when to put a spurt on and when I could actually take it more easy. And I think that helps enormously. I think it's one of those sports that, yes, you have to sort of dig deep within yourself and keep telling yourself you can do this.
14 swimmers finished, and amazingly, they still have some energy for evening festivities. So, would they do it again? Just try and stop them.
Every year after I swim it, I always say I will never do it again, and no doubt come next August I will be here. Possibly then might be time to kind of hang up my swimming trunks.